good morning. This is Adam Rounisto and another wonderful episode of I'm fucking driving in the car and just talking about my life and blah 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 blah, but it's not a blog and it's a little bit more about a business adventures and ga. That's a long title. Okay, so what the fuck, Doodles? Doodles is trying to blow up my phone. She's got boob problems. Worried she's not going to be able to feed our baby because she's got mastitis. That's not good. Let's see here. Yeah, it's about time for me to shave my head. Yep, that's what these YouTube videos are about now. They're just a glorified reason for me to check myself in the mirror. More of a feedback. Alright, enough bullshit. We're already 40 seconds in. Okay, so rather than just talking about the same thing every day, because literally I'm just working on my audiobook this month. That's all that is. Like, I didn't even fucking get to work on that last day or so. So that can go down the drain. But my buddy and I were talking the other day about a bunch of books that we read, because we're both reading a lot in general. And he was talking to me about Grant Cardone and if I heard of him, and I'm like, yeah, I heard of Grant Cardone. He's a hell of a guy. I remember reading his book, the 10X Rule back in the day, and he was just like, oh, I haven't heard that one, what's it about? And I kind of was talking to him about it, because his impression, just by hearing about it, was just like, yeah, it's just something like you do something at 10X or something like that. I don't know, I don't think he got the whole phenomenon of the point of it, so I want to talk about that today a little bit. So Grant Cardone's book, The 10X Rule, and his philosophy is kind of like the approach I took when I started trying to write my book. I sat down and I told myself, I'm going to write a book in 2 weeks, and I'm going to spend just non-stop effort to try to get... holy shit, I can't be getting car accidents here. That guy just slowed down way the fuck in front of me. But I was like, I'm going to finish this book and I'm going to do it in 2 weeks. And then non-stop, every single night I went to it and I told old Doodles, I'm like, you know what? I can't do anything because I got to finish this goal. This is super important to me. I got to do this. I got to finish this. I got to go. And I kept going and going and going. And then after a number of weeks, I'm like, holy shit, I got so much work to do. And I kept going and going and going and going. And then I fucking didn't get my book done until another year and a half later. About 2 years later. Now, thank God I didn't publish a book that I finished in 2 weeks. I'm not really sure what I was thinking about at that point. Call me crazy, but I'm thinking about doing that with my next book, where I'm going to try to write it in 2 weeks, but that's a lot more manageable. We're talking about like 30 pages, like a free book or something I'm trying to give away. Well, it wouldn't be free, but you know how that shit goes, free promotion, but I don't know. I haven't worked out the semantics of that yet. I haven't even started writing that, so it doesn't matter. But the idea is, with the 10X rule, is that one of my favorite quotes is, when you shoot for the stars, worst case scenario, at least if you miss them, you'll hit the moon. And the point of that is that we as human beings have a very, very, very terrible sense of what it takes to be able to get to where we want to go based around the effort that we put into it. So what does that mean? Well, that means if I have a goal and I'm going to write it down and say, okay, well, I want to get, this is really hypothetical because I don't have any fucking really big business model, but if I was just like, I want to get 100 customers to fucking come to my business or some shit. I don't know. I should probably use a better example, but that's just standard. Standard? What the fuck is the standard? I don't know. I'm going to stop bullshitting here. Say I want to get 100 customers for my business. And I break it down. It's like, okay, well, how do I get 100 people into my store? And then you say, well, I think that I need to make such and such phone calls, and then I'll need to put out such and such advertisements. I'll need to have a certain amount of whatevers. Or if you're talking about how many sales you're going to get, then you can say, I need to have X amount of people come into my store, and then I can make this amount of sales. That's the example I should have used. I should have said, I want to make 100 sales this month. And then you break it down and see how many sales per day roughly that breaks down into. Now, you can't just go off of what you think is going to work because it's never enough. There's always factors that we aren't thinking about. So, Grant Cardone says, listen, you need to treat everything with a 10x philosophy. Anything you want to accomplish, try to go for 10 times that so you put the appropriate amount of effort through. Worst case, you overshoot your goals. So in his case, he would say, to quit treating your goal like I want to make 100 sales this week or this month, and making it so I want to make 100 sales this month. Wait a minute, I just said 100 twice. What the fuck am I saying? I want to make 1,000 sales this month. And what would I need for that to happen? And that's usually a better caliber of what's reasonable, because so many stuff falls through when you're trying to figure that kind of shit out. So yeah, Grant Cardone, 10x rule. I really need to get back with that mentality too, because I'm a little bit worried how long this audiobook is going to take me, because I've only scratched the surface. I don't really have a day where I could just work on it solidly. I mean, I might have a small window tomorrow, but then I'll have the baby, so it's just like, depending on how cranky he is, I might or might not be able to do something. But I just want to bust it out. Like, I want to work like just 12 hours in one day just doing nothing but my audiobook, but it just doesn't break down that way. I don't have time usually until like 4 in the damn morning. So it's just like, fuck, from 4 to 7, those are like my prime time hours of being able to work. Good luck getting the highest quality bullshit done in those hours. I mean, I do my best. To me, it's more important to have success than it is not to. So I'm willing to sacrifice the hours of sleep to get those squeak those little fucking amount of hours out of the day. But there's not a lot of time that you can just squeak out of a day. I mean, there is, but it's kind of like when you have a towel, and then you're like, and then you get all that fucking water out of there. It's just like there's not a whole lot of room to go from afterwards. So, I don't know. Like, I try to eliminate my unnecessary travel time and stuff like that. I pretty much pop into work last second, and while I get here, I'm usually wrapping up my videos, so it's just I'm actively working while I'm driving, and before that point, I'm actively learning by reading audiobooks, or listening to audiobooks. So there's not a whole lot of time that I'm missing out on here. I mean, sure, I fuck around a little bit, but I went to so far as I'm like deleting all my video games and stuff like that from my phone and shit. I mean, I still play Clash of Clans because, shame on me. But that's one of the few things that I still do. Just making sure that no cars fucking just looking at me. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing in your car? As long as you're not jerking off, that's good. That's silly. Yeah, that's where I'm at though. I have a lot of fucking plans. I have a lot of stuff that I want to finish, but I know that I need to get my fucking audiobook done, because if I don't get my audiobook done, then I haven't officially really finished my book, and I can't do my full promotion for it. But I want to do some bullshit too. Like, I want to go back into music, and I want to make like a silly ass rap album called like Nonsense Incorporated that's just full of bullshit, and I have already some stupid raps I've been working on, because I think rap is a joke in a lot of ways, or at least should be utilized as a joke, kind of like a little peanut. No, kind of like how Little Dicky kind of does it. So, and plus, nobody ever fucking uses melody. Like, what the fuck's up with that? Everyone's like, it's all fucking monotone kind of rap, I want to hear fucking lyrics to be like, or not lyrics, but more like sounds of, well, but a lot of those times when you get any melody, you're making it completely not a rap song. But I don't think that's what fucking makes a rap song, by not being like singing vocals. I mean, you could still make it so it's like a fat-ass beat or some shit and just rap to your heart's content, but, you know, use a little fucking cool vocal inflection. Sing a little bit. But, yeah, that's about it. Okay, here I am putting deodorant on. Okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna fuck around anymore.